spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the UL Monroe Warhawks, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Warhawks will put toe to leather and we'll get started. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense will take the field for the first possession of this game. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Got some room to run, and they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
I love the offense coming out being aggressive on the first play of the game. They're trying to take momentum right away, but the defense was waiting, and they were ready, and they get the interception. You can't start a ball game better than the way the defense just did there.
I'm about to say, the defense loves that they came out like that, too. Like, expecting the pass, played the pass, made the first big play in this ball game, the very first play of the game.
This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Sweet spin. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. He was doing everything he could. Got away from one guy, but not that next one, and he came up short.
Yeah, he needed a few more extra efforts to find a way to make that happen. Nice catch. Nice job breaking the first tackle, but couldn't get rid of the next guy and get that extra yardage needed for the first down.
They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on down.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up, run it, do something. You can't take a sack on 4th down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for it.
Makes the catch. It's Miller. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
The give is to Miller. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Man, how about that defense on the snap? They are in the backfield. Great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
Line is set on 3rd down. Back to pass, it's Simpson. Snagged in the middle, it's Hale. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
One of the things I love about this...
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. Looking downfield on first down. Get it out on the screen. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Looking to throw. Running into the open space. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Quarterbacks love running backs who can catch the ball because they're stat patterns. That's an easy throw for this quarterback to make. He's just letting his running back do all the work.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass. But you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. You can't give up a sack.
The Warhawks send out the punt unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. On his way back from the 20. Slips through the line. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Throws toward the end zone. And the ball is knocked away incomplete, but there is a penalty flag down. Let's sort this one out. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw. It's Simpson. Pocket breaking down. Got it on the outside. It's Bernard. And he's just run out of bounds, maybe living to fight another day there. It'll be a loss on the play.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Finds his tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
That's a really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto way to the tight end.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Campbell. He'll be forced out of bounds right at the 30-yard line as they try to grind out some room.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Ball's at the 27, his offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Well, he's off to an awesome start this season. Had a sack in the last game, gets his first sack right now. I think he has a chance to be a huge focal point in this defense moving forward, but let's just worry about what's happening now. This offense has to find a way to slow him down.
And the Warhawks will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here comes that Alabama offense. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you...
And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who can score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Penn State delivered the knockout blow, and I think the defense might have been the story here. LeVar Arrington, Shane Conlon, Jack Ham. There's another stud there at linebacker U. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Offense gets set for second down. Wants to go up top. It's complete. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to...
Looking deep down the right side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Warhawks decide to punt it away. Cover down guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Dropping back, it's Simpson. He'll throw it. Finds his man. It's Bernard. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Little touch pass to the receiver. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Miller with the ball. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Hit as he throws. Got his man to the left. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. Big-time playmakers on the outside. Now, look, Alabama's had great receivers. Ozzie Newsome, David Palmer way back in the day. But nowadays, it's sort of part of the DNA for the Crimson Tide.
Man, the run they had for several years was unbelievable with Judy and Ruggs and Cooper and Devontae Smith. Like, we can just keep going on guy after guy after guy that they had that wore that uniform that was a big-time elite playmaker on the outside.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Bama! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Going to sling it on second down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Another incompletion on third down. And the Warhawks will bring the punt team onto the field. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. Cradles it at the 35. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They'll start this drive from the 42. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Lets it fly! And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there, almost had it in his grasp.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their head. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this third down. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Throws for the tight end. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Warhawks will call on their punt team. This will be the 5th kick of the night. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. Here comes that Alabama offense. First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
A lot of times with these RPOs, you see linebackers so slow, they don't want to mess up. Not on this one. Watch the defense attack downhill, go get the running back, get a tackle for a loss.
To the air, it's Simpson. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete, and man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
And that was another ball thrown in harm's way. And this young man, he already has 1 interception. That was almost a second. Just playing a little bit loose with the football. Let's make sure we get that dialed in. We can't make those mistakes. Hard to win games when you make big mistakes.
And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking to throw on first down. He'll try to do it himself. There he goes! How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35.
And this QB, man, how about it? It's a pass play. He's dropping back to pass. He realizes it's man-to-man, and as they start to chase their guys down the field, Well, nobody's got me, and I can just take off, and I've got speed. He chews up ground so easy, so frustrating for a defense to have to deal with a guy like this.
They'll run play action. They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. They knock him down finally, but boy, he was trying to make something out of that, and he stopped short of the first down marker.
Deep breath, right, man? You fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
A lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. And the Warhawks will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. Makes the signal, secures the fair catch, and they'll put it in play at the 37. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. Gets the back moving. To the air, it's Simpson. Pulls it in, it's Bernard. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Hold on.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
We're only in the first half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes, so you could see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Throwing on the run. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. He'll be run out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
They're going to get another chance after throwing the ball away. That roughing the passer call quite fortuitous for this offense. Defenders have to know, I know you want to hit the quarterback, you have to pull up. They get hit with the roughing the passer, and it's a fresh set of downs for the offense. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Really nice run there. No, listen, you know, modern-day college football, I know it's all about spread offense and throwing the football and going up tempo and scoring quickly, but, man, you think back to Bear Bryant in Alabama, doesn't it always seem like they've always wanted to establish the run game? They have always wanted to be physical. Bear Bryant would have loved this guy in his backfield. With his physical style of running, man, he fits that just perfect.
This time he's got his man. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
And the try is no good. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. The RPO, it's complete. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. Out of the gun to give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
The screen, and watch out. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense came into this one prepared for these quick receiver screen passes. Nice job beating blocks at the point of attack and rallying for the football.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Warhawks will send out the punt unit. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Creates a little room. He'll get it across the 30-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 32 as this offense is trying to do some work. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Back to throw, it's Simpson. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Grabbed in the middle, it's Cuevas. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Rifles it down the middle. Snags it inside the 20. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
And man, it has got to be so rewarding as an offensive coordinator when your play call perfectly counters the defense's call. And that's exactly what we saw there. That play targeted the coverage's biggest weak spot, and it led to a wide open receiver.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It's 1st down from the 11. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Alabama!
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half for the home team.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, it is now a final in Conference USA, and a game I think a lot of folks will want to hear about. Liberty went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab some serious attention. make a statement in someone else's house and prove you're legit. And did the Flames ever do that? One game, I know, fellas, but it could be one to circle when we consider the big picture there in CUSA.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And the Warhawks want to move quickly. Second down, they'll go to the air. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Here's the pressure. Right on the money. Lots of running room. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. To the air on first down. Here comes the heat. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise if the O-line gets called for holding. Takes a snap, wants to throw. It's on target and complete. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football. You can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Pulls and fires complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He hurls one deep down the left side. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Warhawks.
And I'm not going to say that was a must score, but that was a must score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully now you build some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. Got to build on this momentum in the second half.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes that Alabama offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job at play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires left. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Tuscaloosa. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that said, let's send it back to the guys at Bryant-Denny Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UL Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football Palmer out of this quarter.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban field on third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. The Warhawks will line up to punt it away. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. Opening play of the drive from the 39. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Gets it to the back. Smashes ahead. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Alabama comes to the line on third and short. Right back to the well. Can't get him to the ground. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
The offense is going to try to convert on fourth down. This is well within field goal range, but the kicker has already misfired once, and that might have played into the decision. Makes the grab. He's got a first down. Touchdown Tide! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Oh, man, you've got to love this execution if you're an offensive play caller. Watch the QB. He does such a good job buying time, using his eyes. Receiver starts on the right side all the way across the formation. He takes his time, throws a great throw. Receiver makes the catch, does the rest, gets in the end zone for 6.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Makes the quick grab. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts up front. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive line. Guys
straight after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Makes the catch. It's Godfrey. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Hey, who says hitch passes can't get big yards? Receiver catches it, makes a guy miss, goes and gets a first down.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And you're trying to get the ball to running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he can even get going.
On 3rd down, going up top. Looking for the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. The Warhawks will punt this one away. He makes the catch at the 10. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. First play of the drive comes from the 22. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
Hold on.
Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Release to the back. Makes the grab. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
To be honest, honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself with the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the third quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, you're the quarterback. You're happy to oblige. When you've got the playmakers you have offensively, just keep chucking it.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. The pull and throw off the RPO. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
High the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Man, and these tight ends are such matchup nightmares. They can run so many different routes. And how about you throw in the corner route where you can throw it up to the big fella, where you've worked on your timing, you've moved him all over the field and had success. Great throw, great catch.
Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. The give to the back. Powers through the defender. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to them.
They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And I think after that play there, you're seeing how this offense is staying committed to having some balance. They've had so much success early in this game throwing the football, right? They've been lighting the scoreboard up through the air, but they also want to keep the defense on their heels so you continue to run the football. Even if you're not breaking off 60-yard TD runs, you got to have that balance.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollack.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
Trying to run it in. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. From his end zone, trying to loosen up this D. Fires to the big fella. And they make the tackle, not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the 3rd. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Quick completion on the out. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Got it behind the line. It's Campbell. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. And the Warhawks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Harry. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
The number one goal for this defense coming into this game was shut this running back down. And I got to be honest, there were a lot of people on the outside didn't think they could get it done, but they're proving everybody wrong. Tremendous effort. They're playing with a chip on their shoulder. This guy's one of the best in the nation. He's had zero impact in this game.
They got zero push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He'll pull it down and run. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. They're about to snap it for the 7th time. Drive. Motion from the back. Looking downfield on first down. Snags it over the middle. Oh, there might have been trouble if they hadn't knocked him down so quickly. The Warhawks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. I think the great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. And the Warhawks can really attack on this second and short. Scanning the field, it's Harry. Unloads to the right. Complete downfield. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. The Warhawks had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips have come up empty. They'd like to punch it in here on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UL Monroe.
And that is the perfect way to cap off this drive. This thing started way back on their 2-yard line, and they methodically marched it down the field. You saw a little bit of everything on this drive, so at the very end, you pay it off. Really nice job running down in the red zone for the score.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Sends it back in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Grab behind the line. It's Washington. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. From the gun. Give on the inside. Able to work mark it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Got it in the middle, it's Cuevas. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. The defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Buying some time. He'll pull it down. He'll go out of bounds. This offense in business. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. From the gun, running back gets to give. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. They're going to go right back to him on first down. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Now the play fake. He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
There's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll try the right side. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over it. Back to pass, it's Herring. Throws to the tight end. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs.
And I get it. At this point in the 2nd half, dude, we got to make something happen. We haven't been good enough. We got to score a lot of points and quickly. You got to be aggressive. They tried. They failed again. This game is all but over.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal.
29 Philly.
The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Well, this is kind of weird. They're not even going to try to run a play. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.